Hey folks, how you guys doing today? I'm here fixing I'm not even sure what year it is, '03 Hyundai Sonata, I believe. Doing the driver's side door panel. Actually, the window fell into the door and I had to realign it. So I have it back together. I should have done this whole thing before. What I did was I taped the window down to about a couple inches below, and so I could see it through these holes here. I also plugged in the door panel just for the window switches here, so I could bring up the motor to see see them through that hole there. When you do that, I did this before. This is my mother's car. I did it for her before, and I got it all aligned, but I never used epoxy. And I did the epoxy for a couple reasons, so that one reason, and it will never come out again. But hopefully, there's a rubber footing in there, so if it does need to come out, it can come out. It's just glued to the rubber that sits in that zone there. I would show you, but I have it all kind of put back together. So you start by taking the door panel off. This speaker comes off first, then there's screws all the way around the other side too, and they come down around here and then all the way up through here, and you pull those off. You pull the door panel off, pull from the bottom, slide it up, it sits over this lip, you slide it up, pull that off. I did remove the speaker. I don't know if you have to, but just for a little bit more room to grab the window and pull that out. And then there's 10mm bolts that go around the outside here. Pull those off. This guy comes off right here, and then there's torque screws. I'm not sure what size. I think 7. I don't even know. Yep, right along there. There's 3 of them. Then you slide the whole thing to the side here this way, and then kind of up. When the motor arms are down, they catch on the inside of the lip here, so you kind of just gotta shimmy them around to get them to so you shimmy it kind of and pull it all out. You don't really have too much room to work with unless you kind of did all this wiring harness stuff, which is I kind of just did it to just to kind of save some time. I kept everything kind of plugged in here, and I pulled the window back up, taped it up, lined it with these holes here so I could see, mixed the epoxy over here on this block of wood with some toothpicks, dripped the epoxy into there. It's a little cold out, so it was a little firm to mix the epoxy. I recommend doing it in a little warmer area, or having a little bit of a heat. Hair dryer always kind of makes the epoxy run pretty well. So once you get it kind of aligned, I untaped it, kind of stuck it in so that it was good to go, and then I plugged this back in, rolled the window up, got it seated, checked if it was seated nice, and now I kind of put the X here to remind myself not to roll it down for the next couple hours here until the epoxy sets up real nice. So yeah, I mean, it's any comments or want to share with your experiences of doing it, go ahead, do what you got to do. Yeah, hopefully it works. I'm interested to hear what everyone kind of has to say. Yeah, wish me luck putting it back together, but it seems it's pretty straightforward. All my holes lined right back up, and I have some screws in here just to kind of hold it together right now while I kind of put all the screws back in there, which isn't too hard. The clips they only go into one spot, on the door panel. So yeah, my mom owes me.